Imagine the school bus waiting outside, but your child refuses to leave your home, and it's not because of an illness or a tough test.
It runs much deeper. A true fear of a bully. It's a battle parents across Hampton Roads face every morning. Tonight, 10 on your side's Chris Horne investigates one case that stands out based on the way the school district is taking action. Chris?
Nicole, I talked with parents, students, volunteers, and administrators in Portsmouth schools about ongoing bullying at Churchland Elementary among 6th graders. District says it's confident about turning the tide and stopping the bullying by getting everyone involved.
Robert Depew has had enough. His son is a 6th grader at Churchland Elementary in Portsmouth. He says his son has been among several victims of a small group of bullies for pretty much the entire school year. Depew told the school board April 10th that his son was hit, shoved into a urinal, and constantly humiliated by 4 bullies. Depew said one even threatened to get his son at the end of the school year.
He tells the teachers, they report it to the office, or he tells the assistant principal, nothing is done to these kids.
Depew is not alone. 4 other people who are parents or staff at Churchland tell similar stories. They didn't want to go on camera for fear of retribution against their children. School board member Ted Lamb, a teacher himself, says this does not sound like typical bullying.
Assault, physical assault. To me, that's more than just bullying.
So Portsmouth's superintendent is taking an unusual step. Dr. David Stuckwich has called for an intervention at Churchland. Sarah Sugars, coordinator for Youth Risk Prevention Services, will oversee the program. She says it's rare for a bullying case to get to this level.
Do you think there's an identifiable tipping point to where this case got to your desk?
There had to be. Now, to be able to identify exactly what it was, I won't even try. But there had to be a tipping point.
The intervention approaches bullying on 3 levels: universal, targeted, and intensive. Universal measures involve talking with large groups of 6th graders, dividing the class of about 100 into boys and girls.
Giving them an opportunity to be able to identify those behaviors that may be classified as bullying, looking at resistance skills, looking at how, if you're not the victim, how you might be able to assist and support the victim.
Targeted discussions involved smaller groups, either those who identify themselves as victims or those who have been identified as aggressors. The intensive level brought a bully and a victim face to face. Sugar says that went well, and the students pledged to work toward a resolution. Now, the next step is for the parents to meet face to face. But ultimately, Sugar says the students must take ownership of the solution. Parents tell me on and off camera that the bullying here at Churchland is actually on 2 different levels. Kids bullying kids, but also adults bullying adults. They say that one of the bully's parents has intimidated the administration here at Churchland. Depew says he met in early April with the superintendent. According to Depew, the superintendent told him back then that the bullies would not be disciplined.
He told us out of his own mouth, me and my wife, that he had talked to the kids' parents, and they complained, and he backed off because of their situations.
Meaning that one of the bully's parents was having trouble keeping his children under control, and the father was tired of having to answer for his son's bullying. When asked to respond, Superintendent Stuckwich said in an email he would not comment on private meetings he has with parents.
We never had this before. I've never had to, lie to my son and say, go to school, everything's going to be all right. When he leaves, my stomach hurts because I'm waiting for that phone call that he's beat up or something's happened again.
The level that it has reached is kind of an anomaly. It's not something that we see on a regular basis. That doesn't mean that some of it is not happening. It's just that it has not reached this level.
Superintendent Stuckwich called for the intervention, but he is retiring this summer. Board members promised not to let bullying be relegated to the back burner.
No, it won't get put on the back burner because I won't let it get put on the back burner.
If a youngster is weak in math or science, we give them the skills. If their social skills are weak, I think we have the same responsibility.
That was Sarah Sugar. She says ongoing training for teachers, administrators, and guidance counselors will help guard against bullying becoming a problem again at Churchland.
Now, visit wavy.com. We have several resources for students, parents, and teachers, and you can see the online version of the program being used by Portsmouth schools. Chris Horne, 10 on your side.
And if you have a tip you want us to investigate, we want to hear from you. Call our helpline at 757-673-5310. Be sure to leave your name, reason for contacting 10 on your side, and a way that we can reach you. You can also email Chris directly at chris.horne@wavy.com.